Hey everyone, welcome to this week's readings for the collectives. My name is Lindsay Banks and I'm a psychic, medium, intuitive, channeler, author, YouTuber, whatever else you want to give me a label for. And I am going to be doing a reading for the collective this week. So if you are joining, just feel free to say hello. I'm just shuffling the cards whilst I'm waiting for people to join if they want to join. So yeah, so if you are watching, do feel free to say hi. So this week, we've got a full moon this week. I haven't had time yet to see exactly where the full moon is. But it's on Thursday. Interesting. So we do have a full moon on Thursday, and I was asking upstairs, you know, what do I need to share when I'm sharing this? Hi Leslie, how are you? And the thing that kept coming in, the words that kept coming into my mind, which is why I gave it the title, was about honouring thyself or honouring yourself. And the feeling that I get with that is that this week feels very much like a time to just truly honor you. So what is it that you enjoy doing? What do you feel like doing? Where do you want to be? You know, asking yourself those sort of questions rather than doing things out of habit or doing things because you feel you should. By the way, eliminate that word from your dictionary, because the word should tends to imply blame and makes us feel guilty. But instead, really asking, what do I feel like I need? And I feel like asking your body, what do you want me to eat? And listening to yourself as well. Like these freaking, I've never eaten as many jacket potatoes as I have in this last couple of weeks, but that's what my body wants me to have. I just say, right, what do you want me to have? And it keeps telling me jacket potatoes. So I'm like, okay, hi Connor, how are you? So this week there definitely feels, upstairs' message is around honouring yourself. So treating yourself, as kindly as with as much compassion as you can, with empathy. I always say, if you're speaking to yourself in a way that you would not speak to your nearest and dearest, then think about the words that you're using for yourself. There's enough people out there that might want to beat you up, like verbally, or troll you or say things. So speak really kindly to yourself as well. Use words that, are kind and loving, and really honour yourself. So we'll start with the cards then for this week. So the first card we get is colour healing. And for me, this is very much around, we've just passed the autumn equinox. We're starting to get it's a bit colder. It feels a bit grey. So what can you do to bring colour into your life, into your home, the colours that you wear? It might be that you decide to paint your living room, a certain colour, or your bedroom, or it might be to do with furnishings, but really bringing in those joyous sort of in my mind I'm seeing mustard colours, sunshiny yellow colours, and thinking about just what colour can you have in your home which is vibrant, which feels natural. I'm seeing sunflowers as well. So if you've never bought yourself a bunch of flowers, buy yourself a bunch of flowers, and something that you feel is beautiful. So you might have, I don't know, I'm seeing now ornaments. You might have an ornament or something which is hidden away. But I feel like it's about bringing out these really bright, joyous colours. You know what? I'm sure I've mentioned this before, this story, but there's a story called, which I've read to my kids a few times, called The Chimpanzees of Happy Town, right? And the mayor doesn't like everyone. He doesn't like anyone to be happy. He's sucking the joy out of them. Basically, all these monkeys are dressed in suits going to work. All the houses, this is what it says, all the houses are grey and drab. And then this one monkey arrives who's been travelling, and he's been off, and he comes in to this town and he plants a seed, right? And this seed starts to grow into a beautiful flower. And one day the mayor's looking out of his balcony and he's like, how dare you grow that beautiful flower in this place? So this monkey gets thrown into jail for trying to create joy and trying to spread joy. It does, doesn't it? I'm just like, as I'm speaking it, this story does sound a bit familiar with the times right now. So the chimpanzee, bless him, gets put into jail for trying to spread joy. And 2 children have seen what he's doing. And they're like, you know what, whilst he's in prison, we're going to look after this flower. So they look after this flower. The mayor goes on holiday. Chimpanzee gets released from prison. And he's like, you know what, let's have a party. So he organises a party in the street. And they're all eating sausages and ice cream. And they're like, this is so much more fun than doing what we're meant to be doing or what we're being told to do. So then by the end of the story, try and keep it short, they've all painted their houses, all these beautiful colours with flowers all over them. They're purple, they're pink, they're yellow. You know, it's very, and it comes up again actually in one of the later cards about a rainbow. So it's what colours, it feels as if, you know, even if it's a bit grey outside, even if there's stuff going on that maybe makes others feel grey, what joy and what colours can you bring to your home, to your wardrobe, to your life, that are going to sort of like make others feel that joy? It might be sticking paintings in the window. You know, they did the rainbows earlier in the year, didn't they, where people put them in the window. So if you're particularly arty or creative, is there something you can draw in your window? So as people are passing by, it makes them smile, and then it makes them think, oh, actually, I'd like to create something like that. Anyway, that was a very long story for a short card, but that's the feeling I get, that even though externally it may feel a bit grey, you know, we can bring that colour and that joy into our life. Okay, and then we'll get this one. So this is wise decision. This has come up a few times in the collective readings over the last few months. And again, I'm very much drawn to sort of like the acorns and the holly leaves on this lady's top. So it's like, again, it's a very similar message, I feel. You know, the owl's very white and neutral, the angel's very white and neutral, but the bit of colour that she's choosing to wear externally is here. So yeah, it's such a similar, I just feel it's such a similar message. It's like, externally, how can you share joy this week? Yeah, how can you share like happiness with others? Yeah, I get exactly the same thing. And it's like, if you look at this, you know, there's the blackness behind it, but this full moon is like illuminating and lighting things up. And I did mention at the start of the video, we've got full moon on Thursday. So this may illumine the way for others in terms of their waking up as well. So continue to share your joy. Yeah, continue to share. This sounds really cheesy, but continue to like be the ray of light for others, so they can see your joy and happiness, and they'll be like, well, you know, with everything going on, how are they like that? Why are they like that? How do I get a bit of that? And it'll just sort of like exude, if you like. Exude. Yeah. Okay. Then we'll get a little bit of a brighter card. So we've got Angel of Finances, which says, honour and give thanks for the blessings you are about to receive. Okay. So this one reminds me, this morning, I never normally watch those adverts on YouTube, but I was watching a man talking about arigato and arigatoing your money. And I was like, oh, that's an interesting concept. I haven't heard of that before. And basically, if you look at money as energy, you know, it's exchanging that energy for a product or service that you would like back. And basically what this guy did was, every time he bought something with his money, he would arigato it, which I think just means saying arigato, but you can look into yourself. So he would arigato any money going out, but then likewise any money that came in, he would give blessings and thanks for. And I received a check last week from Lloyd's Bank. So I'd had a business bank, I've done my business banking for ages with them, but they were charging me like £10 a month, and they were charging me for putting cash in, which makes no sense. Anyway, I closed the account a while ago, and I received a check last week. And I thought, this is the universe testing my gratitude, right? Because it was a check made out to me for 1p. So at first I opened it and I laughed. Then I sort of discredited it and was like, are you taking the mick? And then I was like, you know what? Thank you so much for this 1p towards my business bank account, yeah? So whatever that blessing or whatever the blessings that are coming in, you know, do be grateful for and thankful for. Arigato means thank you in Japanese, right? So again, it's thanking your money. So when your money goes out, you thank it, and when your money comes in, you thank it. So whenever you spend, thank you, because you're getting a product or service for spending that money. Whenever the money comes in, thank you. So I was talking about the colour before. So this colour, rainbow blessings. And again, it says blessings are showering your life. So it's looking at connections, I want to say. Like if somebody introduces you to someone else who is going to maybe move your business forward, or who's going to help you to move house, or whatever the blessings look like, really being grateful and spending time thanking the universe, upstairs, whatever you want to call it, for these blessings that are coming in. And yeah, again, there's the colour aspect as well, isn't there? And the flowers there. So I mentioned bringing in a bunch of flowers inside. So really practicing gratitude this week for every little thing that comes in, because the more we practice gratitude on like a teeny tiny scale, like even for that 1 penny, it means then when we receive a check for £10, we still practice that gratitude. And then a check comes for £100 and then 1,000. Do you know what I mean? So it's like the universe hears how grateful you are for the little tiny things, so it sends you bigger things. Again, we've got sunshine, so enjoy success and happiness. Yeah, so this week, so if you've been planting seeds, if you've been doing a lot of work sort of like behind the scenes on yourself as well, as a potential business, then you'll start to see that happiness coming to light this week. I accidentally did 2 of these cards. They're from the same pack, but this is grace and gratitude. I don't know if you can see that. And it says, through gratitude, joy expands. So the more thankful that we can get. Oh, and we've got the Japanese theme in there as well. The more gratitude that we can practice, the more joy will come into our life as well. Just makes it a little bit blurry. It's back. So yeah, so the more joy. So I'll show you that card again. So through gratitude, joy expands. And I feel like doing it, so it's got the word grace in there as well. And these words have kept coming to me, especially over this last year. It's like, how can you live a life full of ease and grace? And the grace part is accepting accepting yourself, I would say, accepting decisions that you make and taking responsibility for your actions, your words, your thoughts, and not going into that victim-esque mode where it's like, oh, why is this happening to me? Or why is this happening to us? So it's being able to see things from a higher perspective as well, and acknowledging that even though there is stuff going on around us that we may not be necessarily in control of, the thing we are in control of is our own emotions and our feelings. No one can make us feel a certain way. Yeah, those feelings are ours, and ours alone. And then we'll get this card, and then we'll get this card. So this is Wounded Healer. And I feel very much for this card again, it feels like, you know, the work that many of us have been doing on ourselves through lockdown is going to sort of, I want to say, it's like there's something that's going to come to light about the reasons why you've been doing work on yourself. And again, you know, we've got like sort of like the sunshine in the background here, which to me is like, it's like a new dawn rising. And I feel as if they're saying, when I say they, I just feel like it's upstairs, I want to call them. It's like the reasons are going to become apparent for why you've been drawn to the work that you're doing on yourself. And it feels like at times it's been quite heavy. You know, I feel as if at times it has been very much like, you know, if you imagine when you see like the waterfall crashing into the water, and there's that, it's not like a simple cleanse, I want to say. It's more of a crashing, like an emotional crashing. So I feel at times it has felt a bit like we have crashed emotionally. But yeah, there's this new dawn is rising, and I just get the sense that there's a sense of positivity coming through. And like I said, there's sunshine. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of yellow in these cards as well. And I feel as if for many of us, it's like you're going to see a shift in the way that you're doing things and working. I just get the sense it's going to be quite different to where you maybe were at the beginning of this year, to where you're going to be by the end of this year. So if you've sort of given yourself a label of who you are, and you've had that since the beginning of the year, I feel as if it's going to be changing. It's not going to be as apt for you going forward. Okay, so I will leave you with the reading for this week. If anyone would like to book a one-to-one session, I'm offering soul guidance sessions, which is basically sort of like utilizing the cards, just to see what your soul wants you to know rather than what your head might want you to know. So they're hour-long sessions on Zoom. So if you would like to book one of those, then do let me know. I'm finishing working on my membership site as well, hopefully over the next few days. So as soon as that is done, we will begin to move across there, which is really exciting. So yeah, I think that's it for the minute in terms of news and what's going on. Like I said, there's a full moon on Thursday, which is all to do with release, and I'll find out exactly. I can't remember which sign it's going into this Thursday, but always a time for forgiving and releasing and letting go, which clears the way for more exciting new things to come in. So thank you very much for joining me, guys, for watching this reading. And yes, wishing you all a fabulous week and much abundance and blessings, and remember to practice gratitude. Okay, namaste, guys. Thank you.